All right, good afternoon, everybody. It is 4:30. I know it is not 4 o'clock. We're kind of pushing back a little bit more these days. There's a lot of people out there who are doing some content. But anyway, hey, you are here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I got you here on Facebook. I got you here on YouTube. I got you on Instagram. I want to give you a good, hey, y'all, how you doing here? I've missed you so much. It feels like it's been forever since Friday. I'm not going to lie. I've been itching to be making some cocktails, so I'm so glad about today. As you notice, we've kind of changed our venue a little bit here. We've changed our format. We're going to be going live Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, moving forward until further notice, 4:30 to 5 o'clock, so you have a chance to catch up and see Maddie Keegan over on Facebook. Hi, Maddie. How you doing? You can see my buddy Matt Babis, Bootleg Babis on Instagram, talking about some whiskey, talking about some different distilleries, and we're going to have a lot more content coming up for you in the next few weeks. So if you are playing along at home, thank you so much. Thank you for the people who are writing into us. Thank you for the recipes. Thank you for the pictures. It really is great. So I'm really glad that you are enjoying yourselves and glad you're enjoying the content. People keep shouting out, so that means we're going to keep on doing this. So today, we got a couple segments we're going to do. First of all, we're going to talk about the craft corner. All right, we got our friends from St. George here, all the way up from California. We're going to talk about some of their spirits, make some cocktails. Additionally, we're going to be talking about some cocktail kitchen hacks, some things that you could be doing at home to make your life a little bit easier while we're all kind of shut in right now. Make yourself a cocktail at home. We're going to be talking about some bottled cocktails, right? Some big batches, things you just make a bottle of and just pour it out over ice, and you are good to go. Again, this is only going to be a half-hour segment, so it is 4:30 on the nose here. Why don't we get this ball rolling? And welcome to the hashtag Quarantine Cantina. I am Steve Fette, SP from Allied Beverage Group. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm the Manager of Artistry and Innovation. Let me just close a couple things here. People are calling here right now, don't seem to get it. We are Quarantine Cantina here. Yeah, we're gonna make some cocktails. We're gonna talk about some cool stuff. If this is your first time joining, fantastic. Thank you. Hopefully you like it enough to share with your friends. If you are back again, I hope you continue to share. Thank you for doing it this far. All right, we are going to talk about, let's get that out of the way. We don't need him anymore. We're gonna get back to that in a second here. We're gonna talk about St. George, all right? These guys are out in Alameda, California here. I know some of you might get this all backwards here, but such is life. We're gonna deal with it. St. George actually took over the Alameda Air Station out there. So it's this big 65,000 square foot hangar, and it's a small area where they're actually doing all their distillation. It started back in 1982 by this German immigrant named George Roof. Guys, I'm sorry about that, St. George guys. Hi, I'm sorry if I messed up that name. He came over from the Black Forest area of Germany and started to make eau de vie, because that's what he was making back over there. That was what his country's spirit was of choice. And eau de vie just means water of life. It simply is a brandy. It is a unaged fruit brandy, because Germany, they had a lot of different berries growing around them, so it worked out. So he came to California, where a lot of people were setting up different stills and trying to expand that revolution back in distillation, and then eventually took over the entire company. It's been going on for about 33 years or so. I love my friends at St. George, so hey guys, thank you so much for helping out today. I'm a big fan of their spirit line. I think it's truly versatile. I think they are a little crazy, but I think that's what makes them brilliant. So let's talk about a couple of their spirits while we make a cocktail. Again, St. George Spirits, boom, going on since 1982. We're a big fan of them, all right? Okay. So first cocktail. Again, if you are looking for recipes today, I'm going to be posting these recipes probably by tomorrow morning. So stay tuned on Facebook and on the Instagram. YouTube, you're going to get some separate videos later on as well. All right, the garden gimlet. We're going to need a glass glass here, and we're going to be using the St. George green chili vodka and the St. George botanivore gin. Now, green chili vodka, I know you're thinking spicy. Steve, the first drink of the day, I can't handle that much spice. Well, that's okay. This is actually very light spiced vodka. It has peppers of serrano, jalapeno, habanero, and red and yellow bell peppers with just a hint of lime zest in there. So actually, you can't really see the color on the video here, but it does retain a little bit of that green tint, letting you know that they are using fresh and natural ingredients. They're not using some sort of artificial additives or artificial flavors at all. So we're a big fan of them there. Then the botanivore gin. This is a cool little gin. It has 19 botanicals. It is not a juniper bomb. It is anything but that. It's actually more herbaceous. And it has 19 botanicals, and my buddy Rob Ortiz out there, hey Rob, he can actually do this in, I think, like 30 seconds, but I'm going to try it anyway. 19 botanicals are angelica rhubarb, laurel, bergamot, peel, black pepper, caraway, cardamom, cilantro, cinnamon, citra, hops, coriander, dill seed, fennel seed, ginger, juniper, lemon peel, lime peel. Oh, I got messed up over there. Orris root, Seville orange peel, and star anise. Well, Rob, you got me on that one. Truly a fragrant forward gin, very tasty, very balanced, very versatile when you're making your cocktails. Now, we call this a garden gimlet. Gimlet is a basic sour cocktail that was originally created to hide the flavor of bad spirits. It was typically made with a lime cordial and vodka or gin. Today we're going to make it with fresh lime juice. We're also going to use a cardamom-infused simple syrup. Again, we'll that recipe. And then we're going to throw some fresh herbs in there, some basil, some cilantro, and some fresh mint. For a nice herbaceous spring. Welcome to April. It's April Fool's, guys, but we're not joking around today in the Quarantine Cantina. So to get started, we're going to go with some herbs. I'm going to grab, first I'm going to get my plumage going for my garnish. And I want to have happy garnishes. When you put love into the ingredients and love into the drinks you're making and the food that you're cooking, you end up getting that kind of tasty food along with it. So it's really just like that. Treat others the way you want to be treated yourself. Treat your food the way you're treated. Treat your cocktails the way you want to be treated. So use those fresh ingredients, those good ingredients. Okay, we're gonna give us a little bit more cilantro. We really want to kind of pull that cilantro out of that gin. Put that over there with that, and then we'll take a little bit of mint. Again, we're gonna get our happy mint, our fresh mint. Get a couple of leaves going. Now we are not gonna muddle. You know me by now. I do not like to muddle. All right, I'm just gonna take that big batch of herbs right there, those fresh herbs. All right, and I'm gonna give it a good crack. and just toss them like that. That's a beautiful thing. All right, now we're going to get our simple syrup. We're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of cardamom simple syrup. You notice I'm actually on a different surface today. I'm actually on my bar, made by my very good friend Justin, long time ago when I was doing some bartender parties. So it's happy to have this bar back. It's good to have the old girl. Definitely knows how to have a party here. Now we're gonna get some fresh squeezed lime juice. And if you're using fresh squeezed juice at home, remember, label your juices, put a date on them. They're gonna be good for about 3 to 5 days if you keep them refrigerated. So we have our syrup, we have our lime juice. Now we're gonna add our spirits. We're going to do a split-based cocktail here. Okay? We're not going to just use one spirit. We're going to use equal parts of both, and we're going to get a little bit of both flavor and essence. We're going to get that gin in there. We want that botanicals, 1 ounce. We want to get all those botanicals, all those different spices and citrus peels. It's going to blend so beautifully with all those herbs and that bright citrus juice. And now we're going to take 1 ounce of our green chili vodka here. If you don't have a jigger home, that's quite all right. You can find things on barproducts.com, cocktailkingdom.com. Or you can just use a tablespoon. A tablespoon equates to about a 1/2 ounce of liquid volume. It just might take you a little bit longer to make it drip. But there we go. We have our gin. We have our vodka. We're going to get a little spice. We're going to get a little citrus. We're going to get a lot of herbaceousness. It's definitely going to be a feel-good kind of cocktail. And now we'll get our ice. Okay, we got some big cubes today. You can use normal cubes, you can use normal ice, that's quite all right. Use what you got. And add our ice in there. We add our ice last because we want to control dilution. If you're making one drink for yourself or for your partners out there, then you can go ahead and just add ingredients over ice. I added the herbs first and put the ice on top so that they're not going to get mashed up and they're not going to get destroyed. When you destroy herbs like that, it unlocks bitter flavors. We don't want bitter in this cocktail. We want vibrant, fresh, botanical, herbaceous flavors. All right, and then we're going to give it a shake. Have some fun with it. It's hump day, baby. We're in April. It's springtime. Let's feel it. All right, here we go. Excellent. Hump day. All right. Okay, now you do not need to fine strain this if you don't want to. I like to fine strain because I don't like things floating around my cocktail. I don't like it getting stuck in my teeth, and I like getting stuck in a straw. Granted, it will get stuck in my strainer, but at least it's not going in me. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can just dump it back in the glass. But I want to preserve that flavor from first sip to last sip. And that's why I'm going to use a big ice cube. I'm going to strain out all those bits and pieces of herb. I'm also straining out bits and pieces of ice. And that ice is going to add more dilution where we do not want it. Look at that. That's beautiful. All right, so we have a little bit of basil going here. Let's get one of our happy mint sprigs. Yeah, we don't have to worry about cost today. Here we go. Make a little bundle, a little sachet, if you will, for the culinary ones out there. All right, we're just going to give this good crack all over the place. Want those oils, those fresh botanicals, and we're just going to stick this right inside the glass, okay? So every time you jump in there, every time you take a sip, you're getting that full bouquet of herbaceousness, just those savory, cooling qualities. And then we're just going to go in for a smell. And then we're going to take a sip. I hope you're making it home. If not, I hope you're going to get the recipe later on, all right? Cheers to you. Cheers to Wednesday. All right. Ah, that's beautiful. Love it. Delicious cocktail. Balanced. Again, what's going to be a little bit more citrus forward. If you like it to be on the sweeter side, tone down your acidity or bump up your sweetness just a little bit, and you're going to be fine, okay? Okay, let me just give a little wipe down here. We're looking good. It's 4:30 now. We got 21 more minutes here. Okay, now because we're in the craft corner, we're going to continue making some cocktails with our craft spirits here. Okay, move him out of the way. Move him out of the way. I want to make you a truffle raspberry Collins. Okay, I'm excited about this cocktail. We're going to be using the St. George Breaking and Entering Whiskey. Bam, there it is. There it is. I love it. And the St. George Raspberry Liqueur. Now, I told you that when George came over here, he started making eau de vie, fruit brandies, raspberry brandies, unaged ones. And they still make that today. They still make an unaged raspberry brandy and unaged pear brandy. So definitely want to jump on that. It's a little bit different. This is the raspberry liqueur. So I believe it's 45 pounds of raspberries for every 50 bottles. I could be wrong on those numbers. I know that St. George is going to comment about that. But this literally tastes like fresh raspberry syrup. Just delicious and bright, and a little bit of tartness going on. I'd actually put this over waffles personally, and I recommend it if you're looking for a boozy kind of brunch. Okay, now we're going to be using their St. George Breaking and Entering whiskey. They made a whiskey a long time ago, and they still make whiskeys that are their own. But this is a new line that they started a while back that involves them taking some of their California malt whiskey and then blending it with some sourced bourbon and rye whiskeys from their favorite distilleries in Kentucky and Tennessee. No, they will not tell you where they are. No, they have not told me where they are, and that means I cannot tell you where they are. But nonetheless, St. George has been making quality spirits for 33 years, so everything they have made has been delicious. To that notion, I do know that they will not let a bottle hit the market until they all can agree that it is fantastic and it is right. So that is just kind of the work ethic for St. George. All right, now this is going to be a Collins, so we're going to need a highball glass for this. Collins drinks, highball drinks are going to be long cocktails, elongated by usually carbonation or some other non-alcoholic mixer or even an alcoholic mixer. It's meant to elongate the cocktail. Cocktails should be consumed in the first 20 to 30 minutes. This gives it a little bit more time, a little bit more freshness, a little bit more lightness and brightness. Truffle, I actually made a truffle honey syrup. Oh yeah, a black truffle honey syrup. I know, get jelly, folks. If you go to Wegmans, they have a tiny little jar of truffle honey for about $8. But it is worth every drop, and this is delicious stuff. I'm excited to go in here. All right, to start off, we're going to be taking some fresh squeezed lemon juice. And juice this morning, we got our dates on there. We're keeping it cool. We're keeping it happy. 3/4 of an ounce. Okay, and then we are going to add just a 1/2 ounce of our truffle honey because we're going to get some sweetness from the raspberry liqueur, and we're going to get some sweetness from this. And the truffle is very, very rich. Okay, so just want to use that delicately. You can always add more to the cocktail if you need to. Never take it. Now, our raspberry liqueur. It's good stuff, man. Oh, that is so yummy. Honestly, this and some club soda is all you need. A little lemon twist and you're good to go. It goes great with Manhattan as well if you want to kind of spring it up and go more fruit and body. But I did 3/4 of an ounce if you are playing the home game. And then we are going to do 1.5 ounces of our St. George Breaking and Entering whiskey. Now, you might ask, what is an American whiskey? What does this mean? It is actually a 4-grain whiskey. So there is corn, there is rye, there is wheat, and there is barley in there. They call it breaking and entering because they've basically been thieving some of their favorite barrels out there and combining it with some of it out. And that's really what makes it so delicious. All right, this is a Collins cocktail, so this is going to be a quick shake. All right, we like to quick shake cocktails that we're adding extra carbonation on or extra liquid into because that's going to add extra dilution. By quick shake, I mean we're going to take the amount of time we normally shake and we're going to slice it in half. All right, no. Okie dokie, and we give it a shake. Usually a count of 3 is all you need. It really depends on your ice. Always check your ice. Now, little pro tip here. Hey, when you normally strain this cocktail into that ice there, and you put the club soda on top, it sits there. And then you have to mix it yourself. The guests have to mix it themselves. For the bartenders at home. This little step, adding the club soda, like a ticking time bomb, adding the club soda to your tin first. When you go and strain the cocktail, it's actually going to do the mixing for you. All right, we get our fresh strainer. Bada bing. Look at that thing. Oh, look at that carbonation. The bubbles are flowing all the way through it. You want that cocktail to taste the same way from first sip to last sip. That's the ultimate goal when you're making drinks like this. Okay, we get that. That's a thing of beauty. Why don't we do a few raspberries? We got an extra mix straight too. Let's pop it up a bit. Okay, and then we'll take a few raspberries. Just dress it up. Make it pretty. And right there, there's your truffled raspberry Collins. So if you are making it at home, quick little cheers to all of you out there. Yeah, even just a little bit of that syrup, that truffle really pops through. But it blends so nicely with the raspberries. Super refreshing with the whiskey. It's like, and you can try this with other spirits from St. George. You can use their gin with this. You can use their vodka with this. Totally acceptable. Right there, that's your truffled raspberry Collins, the St. George Breaking and Entering whiskey, and the raspberry liqueur. Now, they make a couple other A couple of the liqueurs here. A couple of them here are the St. George Spice Pear Liqueur. This is great for your fall cocktails and your winter cocktails. All their vodkas start with a pear brandy base, so it's they actually use pears instead of corn or wheat to make their vodka. And we're actually going to talk about that in a second. So whenever you taste that vodka, you get a little bit of that pear in every single sip. So they take some of those pears and they make their cordial. It has some cinnamon spice, some other baking spices. Truly delectable, great for the holidays. Awesome in a mule, worked with pineapple juice. All right, you'll see some posting some about that. And then there's the Nola coffee liqueur. All right, Kahlua is fantastic. I'm a fan, but really the Nola coffee liqueur is really delicious. It says Nola because it is inspired by the New Orleans coffee from Café du Monde. They have their additions of chicory and something else that I forgot, so it's out in my head. They have some chicory root, some Madagascar vanilla, organic cane sugar, and Ethiopian coffee beans in here. It's very nice out by itself. It's not super sugary or anything, so it's great to add to your cocktails, great to add to your coffee. Okay, we'll get to the next drink here, guys. Magic Carpet Ride. I hope you're a fan of paper planes. I know bartenders at home, cocktail geeks out there, you know what I'm talking about here. Paper plane action, equal part cocktail, lemon juice, Amaro, Aperol, and then mezcal, or it can be bourbon. It can just be any kind of whiskey. Magic Carpet actually is a cocktail. It's touring around today. It's going to be Botanivore gin from St. George. Their Ruto Americano, which is their aperitif, bitter aperitif, delicious stuff. We'll get into that in a second. Fresh lemon juice, and then our orange curacao from Pure France. So it's going to be light, it's going to be orangey, it's going to be floral, it's going to be perfect for spring. That sun's coming out here, guys. It's going to be a bright, vibrant cocktail. Why don't we get through it? All right. Since this is a Magic Carpet Ride, okay, we're going to use our nice, sexy cocktail coupe here. We'll get our other mixing tin going. And we're going to start off with 3/4 an ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. All right. Hope you guys are having a good time out there. Again, I'm going to be posting these recipes later on and tomorrow morning. You're going to see them on Facebook, you're going to see them on Instagram, YouTube. You're going to see it on our channel as well, individual cocktail videos. Instagram, you'll get some of those additionally. So we have our lemon juice. We're going to get our dry curacao from Pure France. You can use a triple sec. You can use a Cointreau if you have that. I would not recommend Grand Marnier. Grand Marnier is a triple sec and a cognac mixed together, so it's going to take over this cocktail if you use that. Right? Invest in other bottles like this, not that expensive at the stores. And now we're going to take our Bruto Americano. If you like your bitter, you like your Campari, this is really where it's all about. This is an American kind of homage to Campari. People say what is better, is this or is it Campari or Aperol? And being a bartender for so long, all these bottles have a personality, and this one has a personality. I think this is going to be a little bit more mountainy. It's going to have some more woodsy quality. It's going to have some balsam fir notes in there. So it's going to have some heartiness going on. So it's great with brown spirits. It's great with heavier flavored cocktails to add some bitterness to it. We're actually going to be using this to add a bitterness to this brightness that's going on in this cocktail here. So if you are a Campari fan, if you are a bitter fan, you're an aperitif fan, pick up a bottle of Bruto Americano. I highly recommend it. You will not be disappointed by it. But it is intense, so we're only going to add a 1/2 ounce. And if you're asking, why is it red, Steve? How do you get that red color? Well, a long time ago, Campari was using the cochineal beetle. It's a red beetle they used to flavor things and to color things. I'm sorry, not flavor, just color things red. But it wouldn't be vegan. A while back, Campari got rid of that. They don't use it. They use another coloring substance now. St. George still uses the beetle, so it is not safe for vegans. If you are vegan, this you really can't have this. But still, fun fact for you there from our friends at St. George. And then we're going to take our Botanivore gin. We're going to use 1 ounce of it. You want that gin to sing. You want that brightness to come forward. All right. Okay, and we are chilling our glass. Let's get ice in our tin and get it going. All right. And there, give it a shake. And here we go. All right, there we go. Let's get our chin action here. Nice cold glass. Cold cocktails are happy cocktails. Okay, and we're going to do that. A little bit of there. Okay, and then we'll give it just a little bit of slip for luck. Pop it up right there, guys. Digging the tunes today. We got some music, we got some cocktails. Taking out a magic carpet ride. It is Wednesday. Cheers to all of you. Light, bright, that orange comes through. I get a little bit of bitterness. That bitterness cleanses your palate. Makes you want to jump back for another sip. We can't do that. We only have 9 minutes, and we've got 2 more things we got to talk about. All right, we're still going to be talking to our friends from St. George here, playing with some of their spirits, making some cocktails. But craft is important, folks. Shop local if you can. Get out there while you can. Go get these bottles. Help them out. Some of these distilleries, they really rely on every single one of those bottle purchases. They truly appreciate it. As much as I love my friends at my big brands and some of the streamline guys like St. George, who have really been pushing and working hard to make their name in the market, they need your help too. So if you got the time, you got the bucks, get out there, get a couple of bottles. St. George is going to be available at the majority of the liquor stores around you. If not, you give them my number. You tell them to call me. They'll have my number. Hit me a direct message. Happy to help you out there. Okay, now cocktail kitchen hack. A couple tips you can be using at home to make some drinks. They'll be a little bit easier. You can just pour out by the bottle, and you can use any kind of bottle. You can use any kind of a contained vessel. You can find these at Walmart and ShopRite. This is a 16-ounce cruet. Just using wine hook to stop it up. You can use mason jars, large mason jars, quart pint size. Just got the cover on there. We got measuring cups. You can also take empty liquor bottles. Take the label off, give them a wash. Wine bottle, same thing. Your standard 750 milliliter wine bottle or liquor bottle is going to be about 25 ounces. Remember that. Very important number. Okay. 2 cocktails I'm going to be making for you that you're going to be able to do at home this weekend. Again, I'm posting these recipes later on online, so don't worry. You'll have them. First one's going to be called No Foolin' When You're Coolin'. This is going to be using the Botanical gin from St. George. Pineapple juice, some mint simple syrup that we made today, fresh lime juice, and just some water. That's it. Easy cake. So for this is going to be a full bottle cocktail. This is a 750. Make sure you do rinse that bottle out. I also find it helpful. Get some tape, some blue painter's tape. I like painter's tape because it peels off easily when it's time to wash the container. You put other stickers on there, things you can reuse, and they stay on there forever. When you want to get rid of it, it's a dead bottle, just throw the bottle out when you're done. Okay? So we're going to need that. We're also going to need our funnel, and we're going to need a measuring cup. So to start off, we're going to do 9 ounces of our Botanical gin. Now, you can do some with other spirits too. Have some fun, experiment. If you have a lot of bottles at home and you just don't know what to do with them, take some of these cocktails. I'm literally taking 1 cocktail and multiplying all the ingredients, and I'm adding water to it. That's all we're really doing here. This is going to make you 6 cocktails. I'm going to post you both recipes, the single version and also the batched out version for you, okay? So we have our 9 ounces of our Botanical. We're going to add 3 ounces of pineapple juice. You can get the organic stuff in the glass container. I like the dull, just works, it's always around, can't go wrong with it. I'm going to start the jigger on here. All right, so we want 3 ounces of our pineapple juice. Okay. Save the rest for later. Make a cocktail with that. Then we're going to need our mint simple syrup, 3 ounces of that. And what I did with this was I made a strong cup of mint tea. We did this last week where we took tea bags and made them into simple syrup. Same concept. Okay, steep 2 tea bags in a cup of water. Heat that water up again, add a cup of your sweetener, whether it's honey, whether it's sugar, doesn't matter there. So, got that going on. Now we're going to add our lime juice. We want 5 ounces of lime juice. All right, fresh lime. That 2 ounces. And a 4 ounces. And a 5 ounces. Now, if you have to start making really, really large batches of cocktails for some reason, you have a lot of people coming over, which you should not. You might have to add less citrus to keep that tartness down. As the volume increases, that tartness tends to take over the drink. So you might have to curtail your recipe. If you start making really big batch cocktails, I abide by the policy of add a little bit of everything at a time, and so you can achieve that maximum flavor. Tasting as you go, tasting as you go. So we have our gin, We have our pineapple, we have our mint simple syrup, we have our lime juice. We are good to go, guys. Let's make this happen. Oh, we need our water. We need their dilution. We want to make sure we'll just pour this out and be good to go. Oh, there it is. Now we're going to add 4 ounces of water. How did I come up with that number? I took the volume of 1 cocktail, multiplied it by 20%. That is the ounce that I would add of water. And then I round it up here or there. Again, you taste it as you go. We're just going to add 4 ounces of water. You thought this was going to be tough today? Come on, it's the first day. And we're going to funnel it in. It's going to make its way down. It's going to mix itself. Now, if you want to dispense this right away, you can give it a shake and pour it into glasses right over ice. If you can store this overnight, you can do that. Close it up. Again, label it, let people know what it is. It is alcoholic. If you are imbibing, remember to do so responsibly. Got to make sure you're doing that. There we go. Now, I would actually chill this overnight. I would serve this in rocks glasses with fresh ice. Get a little orange peel action, maybe a little lemon or lime in there. Call it a day. You want to make it a long drink. Add 2/3 of it to a glass of ice and just top up with club soda, prosecco, or your favorite carbonated beverage. You know, it's your day, guys. You do whatever you want with it. Now, for those of you who want the really stronger, bolder cocktail out there, here's the other option. Okay, that's the No Fools Mix. Again, this is going to be available to you later on. I'm going to post these recipes on all the platforms here. So if you want to make these at home, you're going to have that. Before we get to this one, let's talk about what's going on this week. I have tomorrow, hashtag brunching with Fette. I'm going to have Maker's Mark. My good friend Elva Guerin is going to be going on Instagram Live with us there. We're making some cocktails, learning all about Maker's Mark and what's going on with that. We're making some brunch cocktails, some things that you can do this weekend at home using the Maker's Mark 46, the cast strength, and maybe even some private select if you happen to have a bottle of it still. But also on Friday, we're going to be doing a little daiquiri timeout action with our friends from Brugal Rum. Love my Brugal. It is an interesting rum. It is a funky rum, and I do love me some funk when I'm talking about freaky and getting tiki. So we'll take a daiquiri timeout with them. Next week, we got some cool stuff coming up too. We're going to do some more craft corner. We're going to have some more cocktail kitchen hacks. We might even get a live on location spot sometime soon. We don't know. We're going to play it by ear, but please stay tuned. I know that I'm achieving that 30-minute mark. We're going to do this in 2 minutes or less. We're going to make this happen. All right, the bottled Manhattan, folks. This is what you're going to want. All right, you're going to take a jar, and we're going to take. Give it a rinse. Give it a rinse. Clean containers, guys. Always clean containers. All right, again, we're going to start with our bitters. We want orange bitters because we're basically making 4 cocktails out of this. We're in 8 bitters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 cocktails. 4 times 2 dashes is 8. Get that math going out. Now we're going to add 1 ounce of our Nola coffee liqueur. Yeah, this is going to be more of a cool springtime. Right? Get that nice coffee note in there. Some of that bitterness, some of that spiciness from the chicory. Okay, there we go. 1 ounce of that. Now we're going to add 1 ounce of our good friend, our Fire Antica sweet vermouth. Go. And make sure you are keeping your vermouth refrigerated when you are not using it. And then we'll use our B&E whiskey, 3 ounces. No, I'm sorry, 8 ounces. Oh, that's the big part. We're going to have 8 ounces in this one. Yeah. 4 and 6 and 8. All right. Hey, oh, I forgot about Averna. How could I possibly forget about Averna? I love my Averna. Whatever it may be. Averna Amaro. If you don't think you can go through vermouth fast enough, Averna, any kind of Amaro really is a good substitute for that. We're going to do 3 ounces of this. Okay, pop that in there. Pop that in there. Again, I'm adding about 20-25% dilution to this. So I created that at the 2.5 ounces of water. Okay, I know we're almost there, guys. Thank you so much for being patient. We got 2 ounces. We got our half ounce. We're going to store that in our mason jar. We're going to give that a cover. We're going to give that a shake. Label it, date it, refrigerate it, and have it later on over some ice or a chilled coupe glass. Right there, that is my bottled Manhattan with the St. George Breaking and Entering Whiskey and their Nola coffee liqueur. Thank you so much for coming out today and coming out to the hashtag Quarantine Cantina. I want to give another shout out to my buddy Matt Babbis. I want to give another shout out to Maddie Keegan, my friends over at the USPG New Jersey, bartenders, servers out there, even servers at USPG New Jersey on Instagram. Contact them if you are looking for assistance. They will happy to guide you out there. Again, from the hashtag Quarantine Cantina, I am Steve Fette. Thank you to my friends out in St. George, and thank you to all of you for coming out today and viewing. Share it, love it, like it. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.